Welcome back to another episode of Big John's Cooking. Today we're doing a pot pie, a beef pot pie. A little different, we're using chuck roast. Yeah, that's right. And we're gonna smoke it. So we're gonna have a smoked beef pot pie. Stick around. All right, this is our chuck roast. I'm just gonna season it up with some salt and pepper, a little bit of garlic. To get it started, we're gonna put it on the smoker, run that at about 250, 275 for about 3 hours. And then we're gonna, sorry about the pause there. Focusing in. Then we're gonna bring it in, cut it up, and we'll move on to the next step from there. Now I did put pepper on the other side just in case you was wondering. Alright, it's good. Alright, we got it off the grill. Actually let it go about 3 hours, 3.5, somewhere in there. I've taken it off, I've let it rest, let it cool down, so make it easier to cut. So we're gonna cut this down to bite-sized pieces. This looks pretty good. Nice little smoke. Alright, and as you see, it's not completely cooked, but well on its way. And we're just gonna cut it into small pieces like this. Leave that like it is. Alright, let me finish this up. And I'll bring you back when I got that done. All right, got my meats all diced up. Set that aside here. Got me a pan here. We're gonna add some oil to it. We're gonna work on about a half a cup. And we're gonna go a half a cup of flour, maybe a little bit more. Because we want about 3/4 of a cup. Because we want a thick juice for our sauce. Get this mixed in, and we'll try to put a little color on our root. I'll bring you back in a second. All right, we're starting to get a little bit of color here. We're gonna take it a little farther. Not too dark, so we're not making a gumbo. But I'm gonna take it a little bit darker than this. Now I am gonna add this seasoning blend to it. It's celery, onions, red peppers, green peppers, and parsley. And I'm gonna add a little bit more parsley. Then we're gonna season it to how we want it. Add some beef stock to it, or some beef broth, and make this roll on good. So, I'll bring you back for the next step. Okay, that's the darkest I want it. I'm gonna add my blend in now, just to give it just a little time to work in. Gonna let this cook for a second before we add our other liquids in. Add a little bit of this parsley. Just a little bit more. Add our broth in. And I'm gonna add a little chicken broth in here as well, just to give it a little tweak on the flavor. So you know, that's how I operate. Can't keep it straight like the recipe, gotta put my own twist to it. Just a little bit. That's good. I added some vegetable base off camera, just for a little veggie kick on that as well. And we're gonna toss in some garlic, a little minced garlic there, a couple of teaspoons. That looks good. I got some Yukon Golds here that I done diced up. We're gonna toss in there and let those go. Looks good. I'm gonna add a little bit of water to thin this out here. Close that up. Keep stuff from falling in. All right. Get our meat in here. This meat is nice and smoky. It smells awesome. All right. Wash your hands. Give this a stir. We're gonna cover this and let this go. Oh, one last ingredient. We're gonna add some of this browning seasoning in there. Kitchen Bouquet. So, just use that bottle up. Time to re-up. Get that a stir. That gives us a little extra flavor and some coloring. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna cover this and let this simmer for a while. I'll bring you back when we get ready to pan it up in the plate. All righty. This has been going. I shut it off. Let's move on to the next step. Pull this off, set it to the side here. Alright, I pulled this out. It got a little crack there, but I think we can work it out. Hopefully. Well, come on now, work with me, work with me. Yeah, I think we'll be all right. Now, typically, use a 9-inch pan. My pan's a little bit bigger than 9 inches. I think it's like 9.5. But we're gonna work it out. That'll work the cracks out. Looks good. I went ahead and microwaved my other crust. Make it a little more pliable. So, with that, I'm waiting on my temperature to come up on my oven. We're gonna bake this at 425 degrees. I'm gonna layer this. We're not gonna use all the filling that we had. It's too much. And then we're gonna put the second half on top. And see how it turns out. Be right back. But I will save this. I think the next time I'll make my own crust. Probably always better to have your own anyway. But we just gonna fill this in. Let me get that done. I'll bring you right back. Alright. Get this out of here. Still a little warm. Bit of room. There is a such thing as too cold and maybe too warm. Let's see if we can get this unrolled here without doing a whole lot of damage. Well, there's the oven. We're gonna let this cool a little bit more before we rip it up. And I just realized you didn't hear a word that I just said. I brushed this with some cream. You can use a egg wash to to get that browning in effect. And I'm finna stick this in a 325-degree oven. We're gonna cook this for about 15-20 minutes, or however long it takes for this to brown. I feel it's done, so we don't have to do anything there. So I'll bring you back as soon as I bring it out the oven. All right, we got our pie out the oven. I've let it cool down a little bit so I can cut into it. But it's looking good. Let's get us a slice. Now I'm not expecting this to be a clean slice and then come out whole like a pie. Now let's see what it does. Give me a spoon. Start scooping. This over here. Oh, yeah. It has set pretty good there. Looks awesome. Not bad. Not bad at all. Give her a taste. Pretty good. Meat's tender. Veggies are cooked. That's good. My. I'm telling you, you gotta give this a try. This is good. Excuse me, y'all. I can't stop eating. If you like this one, give me a thumbs up. Tell a friend about me. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave me a comment down below. Hit that notification bell so you can get to see all the videos as I put them out. And I'll see you on the next one.